Imagine stepping outside your tiny house and being greeted by a whimsical courtyard filled with vintage greenery, rustic charm, and an ambience that transports you to a tranquil haven. In 2025, more homeowners are embracing the beauty of small space outdoor living, transforming their courtyards into cozy retreats that blend timeless greenery with old-world elegance. This guide will take you through the essential steps to create a rustic courtyard retreat, where nature, history, and serenity come together. Whether you seek a peaceful escape, a creative outdoor workspace, or a charming garden for gatherings, this design approach will help you craft a space that feels like a secret garden straight out of a storybook. A rustic courtyard is more than just an outdoor space, it's a sanctuary that reflects a love for nature, vintage elements, and effortless charm. This aesthetic embraces weathered textures, antique-inspired decor, and a harmonious blend of greenery and rustic materials. Think of repurposed wooden furniture, stone pathways covered in moss, and aged terracotta pots overflowing with lush foliage. The rustic courtyard aesthetic is about embracing imperfection, allowing materials to tell their story over time. By carefully selecting vintage-inspired pieces and natural elements, you can create a courtyard that feels both timeless and inviting, perfect for a tiny house retreat. Designing a courtyard for a tiny house requires strategic planning to maximize space without feeling cramped. The key is to create distinct zones, perhaps a cozy seating area for relaxation, a small garden nook for greenery, and a rustic dining space for intimate gatherings. Incorporate natural flow by using curved pathways or stepping stones to guide movement through the space. Consider vertical elements like trellises, hanging planters, or wall-mounted greenery to make the most of limited square footage. By carefully curating the layout, you can create an open, airy feel that enhances both functionality and aesthetics in your rustic courtyard retreat. The heart of any rustic courtyard retreat is its greenery. In 2025, vintage greenery trends lean towards heirloom plants, trailing vines, and time-honored botanical varieties that evoke nostalgia. Opt for lavender, rosemary, and thyme for their delightful fragrance and historical charm. Ferns, ivy, and climbing roses add a whimsical touch when draped over rustic fences or trellises. To maintain an authentic vintage feel, incorporate antique planters, aged ceramic pots, or repurposed wooden crates as containers. The right greenery selection not only enhances the visual appeal of your courtyard but also creates a lush, serene atmosphere perfect for unwinding in your tiny house retreat. One of the defining features of a rustic courtyard is its flooring. The materials you choose should feel organic and time-worn, blending seamlessly with nature. Consider using reclaimed bricks, weathered flagstone, or gravel to create meandering pathways that invite exploration. A moss-covered stone path leading to a cozy seating area instantly adds character and charm. For a budget-friendly option, decomposed granite or repurposed wood planks can create a rustic yet elegant flooring solution. The goal is to design a foundation that enhances the natural beauty of your courtyard while maintaining durability and easy maintenance for years to come. Furniture plays a crucial role in setting the mood of your rustic courtyard retreat. Choose pieces with a vintage-inspired feel, such as wrought iron benches, wooden rocking chairs, or a weathered farmhouse-style table. Mismatched seating adds charm and personality, making the space feel curated over time rather than designed all at once. Consider repurposing old furniture with a fresh coat of chalk paint or distressing new pieces to give them an aged look. Incorporate soft cushions, floral patterned fabrics, and linen throws to add comfort and warmth. With the right vintage furniture, your tiny house courtyard will become a welcoming oasis for relaxation and connection. Lighting is a powerful tool in creating the perfect rustic courtyard retreat. Soft, warm illumination transforms an ordinary outdoor space into a magical escape, perfect for evening relaxation. Opt for vintage-inspired lanterns, string lights draped along wooden beams, or candlelit sconces mounted on stone walls. Solar-powered Edison bulbs can add a nostalgic glow without the need for electrical wiring. To enhance the whimsical charm, place fairy lights inside antique glass jars or hang them from tree branches. Thoughtfully arranged lighting creates a cozy, enchanting atmosphere that makes your tiny house courtyard feel like a dreamy, secluded getaway. A rustic courtyard retreat isn't complete without a cozy seating nook where you can unwind with a cup of tea or a good book. Choose a shaded corner and place a vintage wrought iron bench, an aged wooden swing, or a set of distressed Adirondack chairs. Layer the seating with soft, weathered cushions in muted earthy tones, floral patterns, or linen textures to enhance the rustic aesthetic. Surround the area with potted plants, climbing vines, or a wooden trellis draped with cascading greenery for a sense of intimacy and seclusion. A small wooden side table with a distressed finish adds functionality while maintaining the nostalgic charm. Water features instantly elevate the tranquility of a rustic courtyard retreat, creating a soothing ambience with the gentle sound of trickling water. Opt for an antique-style fountain made of weathered stone, patina-finished copper, or aged ceramic. A repurposed clawfoot tub or an old watering can transformed into a cascading water feature can add a whimsical, vintage touch. Position the fountain near seating areas to enhance relaxation or place it among lush greenery for a hidden garden feel. The presence of water brings life to the space, attracting birds and adding an enchanting element to your tiny house courtyard. The charm of a rustic courtyard retreat lies in the details, and vintage decor plays a key role in setting the scene. Scour flea markets, antique shops, or salvage yards for unique pieces like old garden tools, repurposed wooden ladders, and wrought iron gates. Weathered shutters, vintage bird cages, or aged picture frames repurposed as plant holders can add depth and nostalgia to your courtyard. An old wooden wheelbarrow filled with blooming flowers or a rustic mailbox nestled among greenery creates delightful focal points. The key is to mix and match antique finds with natural elements to achieve a curated, lived-in aesthetic. If you love alfresco dining, dedicating a small section of your courtyard to a rustic dining space can transform everyday meals into magical experiences. Opt for a reclaimed wood table paired with mismatched vintage chairs, or use a weathered farmhouse-style picnic bench for a more relaxed feel. Dress the table with linen runners, handcrafted pottery, and antique candle holders to enhance the rustic charm. Hang string lights or an iron chandelier overhead to create a cozy glow in the evening. With the right setup, your outdoor dining space will become a charming haven for intimate dinners, morning coffee, or weekend brunches. To truly capture the whimsical wonder of a rustic courtyard retreat, consider incorporating trellises, pergolas, or wooden arches to create a sense of mystery and enchantment. Let climbing roses, ivy, wisteria, or jasmine weave through the structures, forming a natural canopy that provides shade and visual interest. A vintage-style garden gate leading to a hidden corner adds intrigue, making the space feel like a secret escape. If space allows, an overhead pergola covered in vines and fairy lights can create an intimate retreat for relaxation or romantic evening gatherings. These architectural elements bring height and depth, enhancing the storybook charm of your courtyard. Nothing creates a more inviting atmosphere in a rustic courtyard than the warm glow of a fire pit. A stone-built or cast-iron fire bowl becomes the heart of outdoor gatherings, perfect for roasting marshmallows, sharing stories, or simply enjoying a quiet evening under the stars. Surround the fire pit with repurposed wooden stools, vintage metal chairs, or stone benches with soft throw blankets for added comfort. Use natural materials like stacked bricks, river stones, or reclaimed wood to integrate the fire pit seamlessly into the rustic design. With a well-designed fire feature, your tiny house courtyard transforms into a year-round retreat. A rustic courtyard retreat isn't just about aesthetics, it can also be a functional space that nourishes both body and soul. Consider adding a small edible garden with raised wooden beds, vintage tin planters, or repurposed crates filled with fresh herbs, leafy greens, and seasonal vegetables. Weathered wooden markers with handwritten plant names add charm while keeping your garden organized. If space is limited, vertical herb gardens using old ladders or hanging baskets can maximize growing potential. Imagine stepping outside your tiny house to pluck fresh basil, rosemary, or cherry tomatoes straight from your rustic courtyard. It's both practical and picturesque. To make your rustic courtyard retreat truly unique, consider incorporating garden art with a weathered, vintage appeal. Repurposed iron gates can serve as decorative backdrops for climbing vines, while rusted metal sculptures blend seamlessly with the natural surroundings. A distressed wooden sign with a handwritten quote adds charm, and antique mirrors strategically placed on courtyard walls can create the illusion of depth and openness. Old farm tools, such as rakes or wagon wheels, can be transformed into artistic focal points. By thoughtfully selecting and placing rustic garden art, your tiny house courtyard will feel like a living, breathing masterpiece filled with character. A cozy courtyard retreat isn't complete without a shaded area for warm summer afternoons. Rustic canopies made from weathered wood and natural linen drapes can provide the perfect respite from the sun. Consider using reclaimed wooden beams for a pergola, allowing vines to weave through and create a natural shade. Soft, flowing curtains hung from iron rods can add a dreamy, bohemian touch while offering privacy and protection from the elements. If space is limited, a simple sun sail in earthy tones can bring shade without overwhelming the design. This shaded haven becomes the perfect spot for relaxation, reading, or enjoying a quiet afternoon tea. Creating a sense of seclusion is essential for a peaceful courtyard retreat. Instead of modern fences, opt for rustic fencing made of reclaimed wood, woven branches, or wrought iron. These materials not only add character but also blend harmoniously with the surrounding greenery. To enhance privacy naturally, plant dense hedges, climbing ivy, or bamboo along the perimeter. Trellises covered in fragrant jasmine or climbing roses can act as living walls, offering both beauty and function. By incorporating rustic fencing and lush greenery, your courtyard becomes a hidden sanctuary where you can escape from the outside world and enjoy nature in solitude. A well-organized courtyard remains charming and functional, so incorporating rustic storage solutions is a must. Repurpose vintage wooden crates as garden shelves, use antique trunks for outdoor blanket storage, or hang weathered hooks for tools and decor. An old cabinet with a distressed finish can double as a potting station, keeping small garden essentials neatly arranged. Wicker baskets filled with firewood, neatly stacked under a bench, add both practicality and visual interest. By choosing rustic storage solutions that blend seamlessly with the decor, you maintain the courtyard's aesthetic while ensuring a clutter-free, peaceful retreat. The entrance to your rustic courtyard sets the tone for the entire retreat. A vintage wooden gate, flanked by weathered lanterns and climbing greenery, instantly creates a welcoming ambience. A stone pathway lined with wildflowers and aged terracotta pots draws visitors into the heart of the courtyard. Consider adding a rustic welcome sign made from reclaimed wood or a distressed metal plaque. A cozy seating nook near the entrance, perhaps with a wrought iron bench or a wooden swing, invites guests to linger and enjoy the charm of your outdoor haven. The goal is to make your courtyard feel like a hidden treasure, full of warmth and nostalgia. A rustic courtyard retreat should evolve with the seasons, keeping the space fresh and inviting all year long. In spring, decorate with pastel flowers in vintage tin buckets. In summer, add flowing linen drapes and fairy lights for an enchanting glow. Autumn calls for pumpkin arrangements, dried wheat bundles, and rustic candle lanterns, while winter can bring cozy knit blankets, evergreen wreaths, and twinkling string lights. By subtly adjusting the decor with each season, your tiny house courtyard remains a magical retreat that continuously reflects the beauty of nature's changing colors and moods. A rustic courtyard retreat should feel alive, teeming with birds, butterflies, and gentle breezes. Encourage wildlife by adding a vintage birdhouse, a small pond for frogs, or a pollinator-friendly flower garden. Rustic stone birdbaths invite feathered visitors, while lavender, sunflowers, and wildflowers attract butterflies and bees. Avoid harsh pesticides and instead opt for organic gardening methods to maintain a healthy, natural ecosystem. By creating a space that welcomes wildlife, you not only enhance the beauty of your courtyard but also contribute to the balance of nature, making your tiny house retreat a sanctuary for both people and animals alike. Lighting plays a crucial role in setting the ambience of your rustic courtyard retreat, transforming it into a magical escape once the sun sets. Opt for vintage-inspired lanterns, Edison bulb string lights, or candlelit sconces to create a soft, romantic glow. Mason jar lanterns filled with fairy lights and hung from tree branches or wooden beams add an ethereal touch. Wrought iron candle holders placed on rustic tables or stone pathways provide a warm flickering light. Consider solar-powered lanterns with a distressed finish for an eco-friendly lighting solution. Thoughtfully arranged lighting enhances the rustic charm, making your courtyard inviting even at night. Soft textiles help bring warmth and coziness to your outdoor retreat, making it feel like an extension of your tiny house. Layer seating areas with weathered linen cushions, vintage crochet throws, and faded floral upholstery. A rustic outdoor rug made of natural fibers like jute or cotton adds texture underfoot while defining different areas within the courtyard. For added charm, drape delicate lace curtains or lightweight muslin fabric over pergolas and trellises, allowing them to sway gently in the breeze. These soft elements create a welcoming atmosphere where you can relax in comfort while surrounded by nature. What makes a rustic courtyard retreat truly special is the personal touch you bring to it. Incorporate heirloom pieces such as a family quilt draped over a bench, antique pottery passed down through generations, or a hand-painted sign with a meaningful quote. Handmade items, like macrame plant hangers, woven baskets, or DIY wooden garden markers, add authenticity and warmth. The more personal and handcrafted your decor, the more your courtyard will reflect your story, making it a unique sanctuary filled with nostalgia and sentimental charm. A rustic courtyard is a living, breathing space that requires gentle upkeep to maintain its enchanting appeal. Allow natural aging processes to enhance the charm, let wood develop a weathered patina, metal acquire a soft rust, and plants grow freely to create a lush, organic look. Regularly trim overgrown vines, refresh mulch in garden beds, and sweep stone pathways to keep the space tidy without disrupting its rustic elegance. Simple maintenance, combined with the natural evolution of materials, will ensure that your courtyard remains a timeless retreat, continuously growing more beautiful with each passing season. Creating a whimsical, rustic courtyard retreat filled with vintage greenery for your tiny house is more than just a design project. It's about crafting a soulful sanctuary where you can escape, unwind, and reconnect with nature. By blending aged materials, nostalgic decor, and lush greenery, you build a space that tells a story, embraces imperfection, and invites peaceful moments of solitude or shared joy with loved ones. Whether it's the gentle rustle of leaves, the flickering glow of candlelight, or the scent of blooming flowers, your courtyard becomes a haven of timeless beauty. So, take your time, gather meaningful pieces, and let your personal touch bring this dreamlike retreat to life. Your rustic wonderland awaits.